Hello and welcome to an English class. Today we're going to learn the past continuous tense. As usual, we have 4 things to discuss. Number 1, the form. Number 2, some of the keywords. Number 3, the usage of the tense. And number 4, the question and negative forms. So, let's begin. Let's begin with the form. We put singular nouns or I or he or she or it at the beginning plus was plus the verb plus ing. For example, he was working on this project all night. He was working on this project all night. And we put plural nouns or they or we or you at the beginning of the sentence plus were plus verb plus ing. For example, they were playing football all the day yesterday. They were playing football all the day yesterday. Here we have some keywords that help us to recognize the past continuous tense. We have while, all, day or week or night or month, etc. in the past, before, when, from, time to time in the past, in plus year or month, etc. Last plus week or day or month, etc. Yesterday, and at plus time in the past. Then we have some uses of past continuous tense. Number 1 is to describe what someone was doing at a particular time in the past. For example, I was working in the office at 7 p.m. yesterday. Number 2 is to describe parallel actions in the past. What does it mean, parallel actions? It means the actions that are happening at the same time in the past. For example, while my mother was cooking, I was reading a book. While my mother was cooking, I was reading a book. The third use is to express interrupted action in the past. For example, I was studying English before you called me last night. The last use is to describe repetition and irritation. For example, he was always making noise in the class when he was young. He was always making noise in the class when he was young. Then we have the negative form. We put the subject plus was or were plus not plus the verb plus ing, and then we put the object. For example, they were not cooking pasta all day yesterday. She was not driving her car when I called her at 8 p.m. yesterday. Then in the question form, we put was or were, it depends on the subject, plus the subject plus verb plus ing plus the object. And then we put the question mark at the end. For example, was I talking about Sam when you called me yesterday? Was I talking about Sam when you called me yesterday? And then for the WH questions, we put the WH word, except who, of course, plus was or were, plus the subject, plus verb, plus ing, and then we put the question mark. And for who, we put who instead of the subject, plus was or were, plus verb, plus ing, and then we put the question mark. For example, what were they doing in the garden all day yesterday? Who was calling you yesterday at 6 p.m.? So, this was our lesson for today. Please don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed the lesson, and if you have any question, please write it down in the comments below. See you next time. Goodbye.